What is going on, guys? We are back in the Model 3 today to talk about Tesla's 2026 spring update that just installed on this hardware for Model 3. Now, that's the good news for us. Unfortunately, the bad news is if you have a hardware 3 vehicle, a lot of these new features are unfortunately not coming to your vehicle. And yeah, that's not changing anytime soon, unfortunately. There is a ton to look at and jump into on this video. They added a ton of new features, a lot of them useful actually, too, for once. So let's go ahead, take a look at what we got and go from there. We're not gonna really touch on any full self-driving in this video. We are mainly just gonna look at all of the new features that have been added. Let's go. So first things first, as you can see, the version we got here is going to be 2026.14.2. This is the second rollout of the actual spring update. The first one did come in the form of 2026.14.1. This doesn't add anything different. It just has a couple of different bug fixes. So to start, let's take a look at the release notes. One of the big ones that I'm actually happy to see here, because using the steering control was just kind of clanky, we now have the new hot word, Hey Grok. You can launch Grok by saying, Hey Grok. Go to Grok settings to enable. You can also set location-based reminders like remind me to pick up milk when I'm near home, say goodbye to dismiss. So I think that's going to be one of the best features here, which is the location-based reminders. The vehicle will trigger that reminder and let you know when it recognizes you in the area you need to be to remind you what you needed. Then we do have an update to pet mode. It is no longer dog mode, where you can see we have 2 new balloon animals. Well, really one new one, which is a cat. We've always had the dog, and then the hedgehog as well. It says choose and name your pet by going into controls, displays, customize pet mode. And then obviously one of the big ones that again is only on the Ryzen processors, not the old Intel ones. The center display now features higher quality images of your Tesla and an enhanced park scene environment. This isn't quite the new details we were hoping for actual FSD. This is purely right now just seeming to be a better render of your vehicle on when you're parked, I should say. Trips has been updated, where now trips are in Energy app, where you can create and manage multiple trips to track energy usage across different drives, routes, or conditions. Go to App Launcher, Energy, Trips. For quick access to the trip cards, swipe left on the media cards. So this is actually pretty cool, and we will go into all of these in detail in a minute. But if you actually go into here, you'll see you have 3 new little card stacks here, which means you can swipe up, check your current drive, your projected range with your average energy consumption, and then also sense your charge. You can customize these, but this is a really cool new addition here if you are all about finding out how efficient you are driving. Sketchpad has an update where you can now draw and basically put in stickers and things. Everything that was basically in Photo Booth, you can now use in Sketchpad. Blind spot warning accent lights, I think, is a great utilization of the interior lighting in your vehicle, because now the accent lights turn red when an object is in your blind spot and your turn signal is engaged, or when an approaching object is detected while parked. To disable, go to Controls, Lights, Blind Spot Warning Accent Lights. Immersive sound is one of the other big updates here. Now you have premium immersive sound, uses advanced tech sound extraction to place the listener in front of a detailed soundstage with an immersive space. This enhancement works with all streaming sources. So while this is not Dolby Atmos, it is meant to kind of mimic that and give you better quality sound. We have music app queuing as well. You can swipe right on tracks in Apple Music or Spotify to add them to the queue. In Apple Music, tap and hold on a track to add or remove from favorites. In Spotify, swipe left or add or remove to add or remove from liked songs. Another big one, which shockingly was never available before, is automatic software updates. You can now schedule a time for software updates to automatically install overnight. You do have new dashcam viewer updates as well, because now dashcam footage can be extended up to 24 hours, and you can save any clip for permanent storage on your Tesla or in your phone by going to App Launcher, Dashcam Viewer. To enable viewing on your phone, go to Controls, Safety, and turn on view camera via mobile app. Clips stay on your vehicle and are never shared to Tesla. Weather improvements, basically the only thing they have changed here is now that it shows snow and rain with improved colors to make it easier to distinguish between precipitation types. You can also view the past hour of weather data to see how conditions have been changing along your route. It does require premium connectivity. You can now obviously go back an hour and see historically what the weather was like into your current timing. You can also now filter superchargers by pricing outlined only by Tesla. The keyboard got an update, which now says your selected keyboard language will also select the language used for dictation. So if you speak Spanish, it'll give you the correct symbols above your letters. Rear display is pretty cool if you have rear passengers. It now lets them view and interact with maps on the rear display while your Tesla navigates to a route. Tap on Maps icon from the rear display to follow along, and then your typical security improvements. So going back to the top here, let's start with Hey Grok. If we go into the Grok app, let's make sure it's enabled. So we're gonna go into Grok, settings, and we're gonna turn this on and allow it to listen. So we'll enable NSFW for not safe for work, close this out, and now let's go ahead and launch it with the hot word. Hey Grok, what is the weather gonna be like today in Orlando, Florida?
Today's looking mostly sunny in Orlando with highs around 85 degrees Fahrenheit.
Goodbye.
Possible afternoon showers.
And there you go. So that is actually pretty cool. Pet mode, like we said, this is actually somewhere that a lot of people could use if you have pets you travel with a lot. We're gonna go into controls, display, and customize pet zone now. So controls, let's go to display and customize pet mode. And let's go ahead and use the hedgehog and just say Luna, save. So now that is all ready to go as well. So whenever you actually go into your AC controls, you can see now you have a pet mode instead of dog mode. When you click that, it tells you what it's gonna do. You can exit out of your vehicle and you'll be good to go. Aside from this, let's go ahead and turn that off. Back into software, release notes, and then visual updates. We can quickly slide over here and I can show you that as well. So as you can see, it really does depend on the time of day. If you have dark mode enabled, there will be almost like a spotlight over the vehicle, but it gives you more real, true timing, reflections, and better visibility. I think it looks really cool. It's very fluid. It moves along very well. It did this also. I didn't have any glitches or hiccups in the old update, but now you can obviously still see that if you want to also. Next, back in these release notes, what we're gonna see here is the new trips, which we kind of talked about. So one thing before we go into this, you can see we almost have a folder design now here instead of the 3 dots for more apps. When you click on that, go into energy, you can see this has been completely revamped. When you see your projected range, you can see 288 miles now, and you can see what's happened the last 10 miles, 100 miles, and 200 miles. Your current charge, your current drive, Sense Charge, a trip I had from Orlando to Disney. You can't really scroll here, but it does look very good. And I really do like the way this looks. If you want to add a new trip, you can simply select that, and now you have one. You can click into it, get all the details, pause it if you want, or whatnot. You can delete this. If you want to look at your current drive, this gives you all of your data for consumed, distance, and duration, as well as your watt hours per mile. We're clearly sitting in the vehicle, so it is peaking, and we're using a lot just from sitting here. Now, aside from this, back into software, Sketchpad, again, isn't one I am a big fan of, but if you jump into the toy box, Sketchpad, Sketch On, you will be able to see some of the changes now appear where you can select emojis, things like that. You can put whatever you want right on it. I'm not sure if you can resize it. You can just double pinch to resize. We can add different stickers here. So we'll go like this. And there you go. If you want to save it, you can actually click save and you will be able to view it right on your phone as well, which is nice. But again, I don't utilize this personally too much, so take that for what you want, if it's a useful ad or not. I'm on the side of it being a fun update, but not very needed. Blind spot warning lights, again, when you turn your blinkers on, you will be able to not only see the accent lights change color, and take a look on how to get this to be turned on. So, blind spot accents, it looks like it should be on by default. Maybe it's just too bright out here. I don't really see it, but we're gonna go to controls, lights, blind spot warning, and see what shows up there. Lights, and then we should look for blind spot warning accent lights. You can see it is on by default. It'll illuminate red just like we talked about. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go in reverse again. I was not seeing them on. Again, it is very bright out. That could be why. Let's go ahead and do this. You can see we're just in a parking lot here. Let's go ahead and turn signal on. And yeah, I am not seeing them highlight right now at all. You guys let me know in the comments if you see it, but I currently don't see them on. That might be something better suited for a night example. And then let's go back here again. We'll talk about the FSD app in a minute. But under release notes again, like we were saying, immersive sound is a good update. I think it's gonna be awesome. So here we're gonna go into settings, audio, and tone, and then immersive sound. So settings, audio, and there is immersive sound. Let's go ahead and turn this to max. And in the breakdown here, it says premium immersive sound uses advanced sound extraction to place the listener in front and center. So it looks like it's the same description as we saw in the release notes. The size of the immersive space can be adjusted using the immersive slider to match individual preference. When set to auto, immersion automatically adapts based on the type of media played. Let's actually go ahead and turn it on to audio or auto right there. Music app queuing, self-explanatory. Auto app updates, I do want to show you this under controls software. So controls, software, and you might have seen this while we scrolled through earlier, but automatically install updates is here. You can turn it on and you can see it says software update will automatically install at night when your vehicle is parked at home and has enough battery. Pretty simple there. I do like that. Dashcam viewer updates, we know what that is. Weather, let's go ahead and take a look at that one now as well. If we actually click on our map here, go to weather. So bad example right here. We've had actually great weather, but if you look down in the Bahamas here, what's cool is you can pause it and you can see it's around 10 o'clock now. 9 o'clock is what we were at beforehand. And you can go back and see how the weather's actually changed and where it's moved from and where it's expected to be at during the next 4 hours and prior 1 hour. Neat little adaptation there that Tesla has added. Supercharger pricing, controls, navigation, trip planner settings, controls, navigation, trip planner settings, only add superchargers with Tesla pricing if you want to do that. It is a simple toggle there as well. Keyboard I'm not going to worry about. Rear display, I do want to show you this one. And now I'm going to go to the rear display and show you what it looks like. So as you can see here, we used to only be able to see the exact destination, time remaining, and arrival time. Now you can click on the maps and it gives you that cyber cab looking display now to show your trip, and you can actually move it around and zoom in if you so choose. So it gives you a little more thorough of a breakdown here. I think this is a really nice addition. And then lastly, like we said, all we have is the generic security improvements message here. But one thing that has been added as well, not listed here, is this right here. A fully new, all-encompassing FSD app, basically. You can see if you want to subscribe, you have your trial or your stats for how long you've been driving on FSD. It just looks like a more well-built app, more thorough, more detailed, and more appealing as well. So if you don't have it, you should be able to subscribe. It's weird it says price is unavailable, try again later. But you should be able to subscribe if you want. It also then shows you how to activate, how to use auto park, actual smart summon. It says never distracted and training, and you can click on this and it gives you all of these videos on how to do what you want or how it actually is trained. Very neat, very thorough. I think a lot of people are going to appreciate the stats piece right here to be able to see. And again, you have your streak it gives you, the miles driven, and all of that. So that is going to be the majority of this update today. What do you think of the 2026 spring update? Comment down below. Let me know if you're impressed, or how disappointed are you that a lot of the new features are unfortunately not coming to Hardware 3 vehicles. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.